Hello and welcome. So coming into this week for Pickem, last week I kind of did alright. I mean, I finished basically I finished in the bottom, like with games picked right, but as you can see, I'm not like, it's first week, it's whatever, honestly, but I just need to do better with my points. Yeah, because there's some games that, like, looking back on it, I'm like, ooh, I don't know why I put so many points on this game, and then just, like, watching the way it turned out, like, I just messed up my points a lot. So, yeah, as you can see, I came in last this week. I mean, it's whatever. Sucks, but I'm gonna hopefully do a little bit better this week. So going into week 2 now. Hopefully we do a little bit better. Kansas City Chargers. I mean, Kansas City just looks so dominant. Nothing against the Chargers. It's just until Kansas City proves that they aren't really, really good, I feel like I gotta take them. Cleveland, New York. I mean, the Jets until the Jets get Zach Wilson back, and even so, these first 9 weeks are a gauntlet for them. So I don't think you'll see me picking them very much. This one sucks because in the first time in 24 games now, the Lions are favored against the Commanders, and I was really hoping they'd be an underdog still. I was hoping they would stay an underdog for the pick'em value, but they ended up not. But so, I like Detroit in that game. I mean, it just makes me really nervous because of the way the Commanders played last week, but I think they should be fine. This is definitely a tough one. I want to lean towards New Orleans because they're 4-0, but Tom Brady said he had some unfinished business, so assuming this is last year, I'm assuming he's gonna. The reason I'm picking the Bucs is Tom Brady's supposed of last year actually this time, and I mean he's 0-4 against them, and it's just like they do still have Dennis Allen, I believe, so that might be an issue when it comes defensively. But I mean, just this is the weakest the Saints have ever been since Tom Brady's 0-4 stuff, so this is his best chance to win for New York and Carolina. I mean, that's definitely a tough one. This is probably going to be like one of my lower point totals in the game. I'm just going to pick New York, hoping they ride off the momentum. I mean, I might even switch it. I might come back just later and end up picking Carolina, but regardless, I think this is probably going to be where my 1 or 2 goes. So, I mean, just because I want to like New York, but it's hard to trust them, but I'm just going to do it just to leave it for now. Pittsburgh at home isn't. Yeah, that's going to change. The fact that they're even in their dog category is kind of surprising. I think, New England looks bad right now. I know Pittsburgh did lose T.J. Watt, and that's going to be a problem, but I think Pittsburgh's offense is way better than New England's right now, so there's that. Indianapolis at Jacksonville after the tie last week. I mean, I think Indianapolis should win this game. I mean, they played really well in the second half. It's just they have to come off to a faster start than they did. And they've had their demons in Jacksonville, but hopefully this time Matt Ryan can keep them calm and collected. Baltimore, Miami. I'm just going to pick Baltimore. I mean, this is probably going to be another lower point total for me. I like where Lamar Jackson played last week, but it was against the Jets, so you have to take that with a grain of salt. I like the way Miami played a little bit last week too, but it's against a weaker Patriots team. So yeah, I'm just going to go Baltimore there, just based off that Miami's still kind of new, so let's see if they're fully legit or not. This is going to be a good game to test to see if they are them or not. Rams against Atlanta. This Rams should get their first win here. I mean, Atlanta basically had the game won against the Saints, and they blew it. And the Rams are a better team than the Saints are, so based on that logic, the Rams should win that game, I would think. Especially at home, too. I don't think they're going to drop 2 back-to-back home games. San Francisco against Seattle. I like San Francisco to get the bounce back here. Seattle had a huge win week 1, and I think they were really, really juiced and excited to play that game, so this seems like a little bit of a letdown spot potentially for Seattle. So Seattle's probably going to let down here a little bit because of all the highs they had from beating Russell Wilson and all that. I mean, that was one of their bigger games of the year, so this is a good letdown spot, like I said, and San Francisco should. I mean, this is a good bounce back spot for them at home after that huge rain and nasty game. This game, I mean, no offense to Dallas, but they're going to be in a rough little stretch for a bit without Dak. I mean, yeah, it's just an unfortunate injury for them for an already team that was looking scary. So, just, sad for them. Denver, I'll probably pick against Houston just because good bounce back spot again for them. And after the way that Houston's let the Colts back in it, I think Denver should be able to handle them a little bit better. This is a tough game for sure. I'm going to just lean Las Vegas because Arizona, I need to see a little bit more from Arizona the way they've been playing. They have not been playing their best brand of football. And I would like to see them step it up a bit before I have full confidence picking them. Sunday night game, I mean, I think this is going to be pretty easy. Good bounce back spot for Green Bay as well. In Chicago, they did have a huge win, but now they're going from a torrential downpour in Chicago to Lambeau Field. So It's going to be interesting to see how Justin Field does now. That's going to be a fun game to watch. Monday night, I mean, the way basically Tennessee lost, I think, and how good Buffalo is, this should be pretty easy for Buffalo. And then, ooh, man, this is probably one of the tougher games of the week. I mean, I'm just going to lean Vikings in this one. Philadelphia played really well last week, but they also let the Lions stay around a little bit long. So I think if they do that with the Vikings should have no issue beating them there. Okay, so now it's time for the numbers. At home, a home opener. I know that Tennessee's. I can't do. Yeah, I'm gonna do probably 15 for this game. I'm really, really confident the Bills should win that game, but I'm gonna look around and see if there's a 16 somewhere else I like. Probably do 14 here because I really like that game too. Colts on the road. I'll make it about. I'm fairly confident they should win this game, but after putting a lot of points last week, I don't want to put too many on them because now I'm in a little bit of a hole, so I have to pick a little smarter on how I want to do this. This one I'm just going to throw as my one, probably. Tampa Bay, I'll make this about a 6 because of the history. San Francisco, Seattle, see, over here, it has 82. That's impressive. I thought it'd be a little bit more, honestly, so... Yeah, honestly, I think, you know what? This is what, I'll put my 16 on. There's no way I think the Bears should win that game against the Packers. I mean, it's football, anything can happen, but there should be no issue that game. So basically I have those numbers left. I'll put a 7 on Kansas City. I'm fairly confident they should win that game. They look really, really good. Cleveland against New York. It's Cleveland at home, too. I guess I'll do they could mess around and lose that game, but with Joe Flacco still starting, no Zach Wilson, I don't think so. I'll put a little 3 on Detroit. Man, the only thing that has me so scared is that they're favorites now. I'll use a 4 on... You know what? Actually, I'm going to change. I'll use my 3 on Minnesota. I'll use my 4 on Detroit. Yeah, I like that. I'm a little nervous about Minnesota. I think that's going to be tough road game, but the way they looked against Green Bay, I'm pretty impressed with the way they played. I guess, I'm pretty confident in that since he's going to win this game. I don't like putting a lot on road teams, but, I mean, with Cooper Rush starting, Cincinnati, good bounce back spot there. Denver, that's another home. That's a good bounce back spot. I like that. So I have 8, 9, 5, and a 2 between these games. So I'm probably going to use my... I'll probably use my 9 on San Fran, my 8, I guess, on Pittsburgh. Or no, I'm going to go a little lower. I'll go 6. I'll just bounce around like this, and then I guess I'll move the 8 to Kansas City instead, and then I'll put 5 on Baltimore, and then the game that I'm a little worried about, honestly, is this Las Vegas and Arizona game. I really don't know. This is a good spot for Las Vegas to kind of let down, a good spot for Arizona to get back, but I just don't know who they are yet. So either of those teams, really. So this is a good game to kind of find out who they are. This we'll just do, since I picked Minnesota, we'll do 28-21 or 28-24. Then for Tennessee, I think they'll get 17 maybe, and then the Bills should. Good about that. For most points this week, I guess we'll go probably Bills again. Ooh, we'll go Chiefs because that could be a shootout potentially. So we'll just go Chiefs. And then for fewest points this week, I guess we'll just go Cowboys since their offense is mid right now. I'm stupid. There it is. Okay. So basically, these are all my picks starting out for this game. I mean, this is another week where I'm not picking very many underdogs. Is it last week? I'll admit I know what I said about the underdogs and how. And it's just week 1. There's always those weird matchups and everything. This week I feel a little bit better than I did last week when it comes to my picks. Because last week week 1 I wasn't fully for sure on what teams were and all that. And it's still way too early to decide what teams are. But after getting a quick glance, a quick look at some teams, I mean, you can see you can kind of tell who some of those teams are going to be that are good now if you watched last week, and kind of can tell who's not going to be it or whatnot. So, but like as you can see, I mean, it's kind of what it looks like. I'll think this. Yeah, when it comes to this week, my goal is to do a little bit better. I feel a little bit better with my number distribution this week than I did last week. I think that was where I messed up and did really bad on, where I could have done a little bit better. So I think going to this week, I feel a lot better with my picks and how they are. Like I said, the Colts one, I'll admit, I think is a bit of a big number that I am kind of scared of, but they should be able to bounce back. I mean, and then yeah, if you look across the top for like how the spreads are about for that game, I mean, makes me feel confident with my numbers. I have a lot of the higher numbers on the bigger spread games, which is nice. So hopefully this week it's a little bit more settled down. Some of these teams can do a little bit better, and then hopefully I can make some ground up in the Pickem League.